Hello. So after reading about the conflict with Mai and the frogs, I think the first thing to take into consideration is the school's statement, which the important part is to encourage all students to learn to respect each other, value diversity, and to foster a student understanding of different worldviews. This is a complicated conflict because Mai did something that typically wouldn't be okay, but because of her own worldview, she did something with positive intentions that the other students just aren't understanding. This all relates to the module because it makes us consider how we're going to handle these conflicts in the classroom, what we're actually going to do, what are the steps to take. I think that the first step would be to, after the 3 students have calmed down, to meet with Mai and the 2 students that witnessed her releasing the frogs and bugs. And while I'm meeting with the 2 students to listen actively, to mediate as needed, and to just go through the steps of conflict resolution between 2 students, which is to let everyone use I statements, to share their perspectives, encourage empathy between them, find some common ground and understanding between the 2 students, find a resolution that everyone can agree on, and consider what we're going to do in the future. And then finally apologize and thank each other as needed to repair those relationships. So after I have met with the 3 students, I think that I would also have to have a discussion with the classroom. Obviously the frog is gone. People are going to be wondering and talking about what happened to the frog. So just kind of discussing how that frog in the classroom could be interpreted differently by different people with different values, without singling out Mai. I also would want to, with Mai specifically first, and then with the whole class, just kind of reiterate the expectation that if something in the class is making you uncomfortable, that you can always talk to me first and we can figure out something so that everyone can be comfortable in the classroom. Also, after following up with the other 2 children, the class as a whole, I think it would also be important to follow up with the families of all of the students, specifically Mai's parents and the 2 that were actively engaged in the conflicts, just to kind of follow up about what happened and why it happened, and come up with a resolution. I thought maybe, if the frog is going to make a student uncomfortable, maybe we could kind of switch to documentaries and field trips, maybe go and observe wildlife in its natural habitat rather than feeding frogs, which obviously does not align with Mai's personal and religious beliefs. So yeah, the biggest thing that it came down to was a difference in values and beliefs, but to bring it back to the school's values, everyone's beliefs are to be respected and understood. Thanks.